I am the clone, and as of now I have peaked at almost 400 LP. I welcome all of you to another amazing how to carry with Shaco video, where I highlight all my best games, but this time with a twist. These will all be defeats, because I want to teach you how even though you can play a perfect game, at the end, literally one mistake can cost you everything. I will still highlight very important moments and decisions that made me carry. In the first match, I am against Graves. I know since he has no proper AoE damage at level 1, he will always start either at blue or red. Therefore, my strategy here is to do a full clear and potentially secure both Skullcrabs since I am faster. Also, I am doing this because Graves is one of the hardest junglers to kill as Shaco. Therefore, I avoid dueling him, especially if he has phase rush, since he will just poke and run away. Not the case here, but still, I prefer to be safe and not waste my time. As we can see, by the word Ahri has placed, we are faster than Graves, and we also know where he is now. My bot lane dies. What a classic. After clearing the jungle, before Skullcrab spawns, I have some time, therefore I look for any opportunity. Watch, as I'm fighting the Graves, I ping both my mid laner and Braum. This is because I want to duel the Graves, with my level advantage and ignite, plus Q will be back soon. But most importantly, I am baiting for my teammates here. Unfortunately, Gigachat Braum doesn't get there in time. Instead, I just solo kill Graves, because I can. I secure both Skullcrabs and instantly look for the next opportunity and objective. With Shaco early game, if possible, it is very important to prioritize opportunities over farming. Notice how I recall here, because instead of doing a full clear, this way I can get my power spike. And since I just got level 6, I am looking for a fight at the next objective in order to make use and push my advantage. If I were to AFK farm, I would just waste all that lead I have gained so far. Unfortunately, the Braum gets caught and see the enemy wanting to dive my Yasuo. Therefore, I react. I cover him, as this is a great opportunity to take Graves out. Unlucky, but I shift my focus on their bot lane and try to make the best use of the clone. Classic flash. Luckily, my team comes in and secures the rest. I try my best to focus on buffs and rotate, looking for fights while having a lead. This is where the game gets a little bit sus, as my bot lane gets caught and die mid lane randomly. This will be a constant reoccurrence throughout the game, unfortunately. Because of this, we lose pressure and we lose number advantage, therefore we lose dragon. Notice how I make use of the map. I see Mel going down bot to defend her tower, therefore I plan accordingly and intercept her by cutting her path. Also, for those of you passionate about the game and Shaco and want to climb the solo queue ladder and become a Shaco god, I am now offering coaching sessions. If you're interested, join my Discord server using the link in the description and send a message with a coaching request in the Coach Me text channel. The elo gains are guaranteed. My mid laner gets caught. And here's a big misplay from me. Not only do I take the kill from Darius, but I also die. Always leave kills to your teammates, especially if you yourself are already fed. After that fight with Darius, we get control of the enemy jungle. Always focus on the enemy jungle over yours. Your priority must always be the enemy jungle and objectives, then lastly your jungle. Like this, we can cripple the enemy Graves' income. Only now I do a full clear when there's literally nothing else happening on the map, and also prepare myself for the next big objective. But to safely secure it, we must always look for kill opportunities. This Mel is overexposed. Nice champion, by the way. This is also where my team ends Aram mid lane. The best thing to do in this situation, and especially after farming the enemy jungle, when there's no objectives up you can take, split push. Taking waves will give you an insane gold advantage, plus you create pressure for the enemy before the next objective. If I fully push their bot lane, it will be easier for us to take both Dragon and Atakan. Notice how because of split pushing I am now 2 levels ahead of even the enemy mid laner. My team, while being 4 versus 3, they randomly get dove and int mid lane. This forces me to rotate and flank. It puts me in a very bad position where I must trade a kill with an enemy to make up for my teammates' mistakes. And this is why Graves is one of Shaco's biggest counters. I have 2 levels and a full item on him. Combo with Ignite and he still doesn't die. Luckily I have 1 million IQ and through the use of plant with movement speed I catch him. Good job, clone. Meanwhile, the team dies again. This is also where I get really unlucky. I can kill both Mel and Kaisa, but not only does Mel turn around last second, meaning that I can no longer afford to get the backstab and thus I do 300 damage instead of 1000 plus, but my E also fucking cancels after I cast it on Kaisa, resulting in her doing half my HP and I die. It's really moments like this that make Shaco feel like shit and outdated. Unfortunately, the team is also spamming surrender. Never surrender, especially when the game is winnable, because not only it is distracting, but it's also very demotivating. My bot lane, of course, goes YOLO and dies again, meaning that now we are open to the enemy team taking Baron. I try to deny the enemy that play by being aggressive. I only do my red and secure the scuttler. Luckily, we catch the Akali and I zone rel with my clone. Then Darius does that. With Ahri also getting aggressed, I'm looking for a sneaky play. Notice how I wait for the rel to distance herself from her teammates before I kill her, giving me a safe getaway path. Now we must press our advantage as I am looking to kill an enemy carry before we can secure Baron. Unfortunately, here what happens is I low-key get screwed by my bot lane. Kaisa is very aggressive and zoned out from her teammates. I can jump from Fog of War and easily reach her, but because Yasuo is YOLOing her, she distanced herself from us, resulting in me missing her and we get into a terrible fight. What I should have done here is immediately disengage and look for another angle to jump in that won't trigger my teammates' monkey brain off, seeing me engage and them YOLOing on with me. Shaco's biggest strength is the element of surprise, and you need to lure the enemies in a false sense of security for you to be able to successfully reach and kill them. Because of that, we lose another objective. Dragon. This is my angle. Mel feels safe to poke my Ahri, therefore I jump in and we kill her. I zone with my clone and Graves has 200 armor, thus I do 0 damage and he one-shots me. With Shaco, no matter how fed you are, some champions are literally impossible for you to kill, namely Graves and Vladimir, no matter how low HP or bad they are. Trust me. Because of that, we lose Baron. And another problem is, with Shaco, you must be an anti-carry. And what that means is, you must kill the enemy carry. Enemy has no carry, they cannot win. The problem is, this becomes very hard when they build armor, have stealth, shields, Zonias, and are always sitting behind their teammates. But that's the challenge that comes with the job. After killing Kaisa, here we are again at a disadvantage as our freaking mid and AD carry ends. We must defend our base, but with all laners inting like that it becomes really hard, as the enemies pressure everywhere. While Shaco is a decent split pusher, he is not that kind of champion that can defend the base. With Shaco you must always be flanking, slippery, killing the enemy AD carry and pressuring side lanes. That's how you carry. To win, you must have a team that can defend and not get dove and die 4 versus 3. With my teammates getting caught and dying at all times, I feel forced to go for plays and trade, because if I don't and just sit AFK under a tower, the enemy will secure all the objectives and destroy our base. Luckily, I get to flank and zone 2 enemies as my team manages to win a 3 versus 2, albeit at a cost. Like this, we have room to breathe and thus we instantly take control of the map again. I go directly to split push and pressure another lane as my teammates push bot. Unfortunately, even at full build, I do not do much to this Kaisa as she out-champions me as I kill Mel. This results in us losing Baron, but with 2 enemy inhibitors down, we still have pressure. All we have to do is stick top lane. As my team pressures it, I spot the enemy Graves and ask for assistance, as if we can catch him, we will turn the game into a 5 versus 4. Nice champ. Luckily, Auri does kill him, and like this, I instantly go pressure the empty lane. This is an amazing position for us. We have 3-lane pressure and infinite flanking angles on the enemy team. This is our way to victory. I zone with boxes to keep myself safe and get caught like a dumbass and die. Then we instantly lose the game. These literal 3 seconds cost me the entire game. One mistake and what we've been grinding for over 37 minutes became all lost. Yet I have learned an invaluable lesson with this. Never use the preset offset camera setting. This is unfortunately also the default camera setting. What it does is it locks your camera looking towards the enemy base. This is great if you have enemies in that direction, but the problem is it also hides enemies that are behind you, giving you a false sense of safety. And it again literally lost me the game. Because of the camera positioning, my brain was only aware of what it could see on screen. Therefore, I ran into the completely wrong direction, getting killed. Had I had my camera locked in the middle of my character with the setting, I would have been aware of the route of escape that was literally behind me the entire time. It is extremely valuable for me to see the entire vision range of my champion now, getting rid of all blind spots. Stay tuned for part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and really learned something from it. If you did, please support me by dropping a like and subscribing. But as always, until next time, stay safe.